Hello and welcome back to Space Engineers. My name is Rabenschild. I sound a bit sick because I am again. It's so dramatic that I come out of being sick and being sick again. So, Soa Shas told me how to pronounce his name, and with that he basically he pressured me into swearing in Austrian. I know now where that comes from, so everything's fine. And he told me that for the rotor lock, I used the wrong rotor, and he's right about that. So now we can lock the rotor wherever we want to lock it, and that's good because then I can make it also be able to go through the chassis of the whole thing here and then maybe reach into the ground or something like that. It's just the thing I want to be able to do. It's not necessarily needed, but maybe. I will have to lock this rotor. I added a rotor head here too, and now I can fit the built-in repair system up top here. That's what I want to do next. But I kind of want to talk about something that gets me a bit at the moment. It's so hard to do that because I don't know if I really should do it. So there was a few days ago there was a stream happening from Keen Software House, Q&A stream with Marek, Rosa, and Zocli, and the reception of that whole thing was not too good, I have the feeling. A lot of people reacted relatively... No, not relatively. There was a lot of negative... a lot of negativity when it comes to the whole thing. And and I can understand the people. That's a thing I wanted to say. I watched a bit of the stream, couldn't watch it all, but I read a recap of the whole thing, and I'm not sure what to say about it. I had a bit the feeling that the Keen Software House guys and mainly Marek dismissed a whole lot of stuff and didn't talk about a whole lot of stuff that came up in the Q&A. So I don't know what... Oh, what's that? I don't know what happened there. Kind of. I watched it and I saw... It seemed like... I don't know. I had the feeling that Zocli was in a bit of pain because of what was said, and So there was a lot of questions about how development for space engineers will continue. How do they want to continue with the whole thing? When will it be done? Will certain features be added, re-added, and all that stuff? And yeah, a lot of the questions the people had, Marek, Rosa, yeah, basically dismissed and said we will not talk about that, or we will not deal with that right now. And I'm not sure what happened there. It so the I didn't watch it all, and I don't know how to really say what I want to say. For me, the whole thing left a bit of a bad taste in my mouth, because it felt as if development for space engineers will now go into a phase where no new features will be added, and the next thing, it seems, will be the big survival overhaul. And I'm happy with that, but on the other hand, having this bad of a, not this bad, it's so hard to do that because I don't want to step on anybody's toes. The feeling, I had a bit of the feeling that the stuff that the community wanted from the Q&A stream wasn't possible because I don't know, it's so hard. People asked, for example, for letters, and letters were in the game and then they got removed and people want them back. I have to say I want them back too, but okay. Marek Rosa didn't answer the question. He outright kind of refused to talk about that. He said that's not planned, and we don't. He answered the question by saying that it is not planned to bring them back and all that stuff. The question for the female engineers model was one thing that a lot of people reacted negatively to, especially the female players. As a female, I would like to not play a bearded guy, maybe. And in medieval engineers, there is a female engineer. How is it called in medieval engineers? I don't know. And he just didn't answer that. And now the question is that because it's planned for the next update and they just don't want to spoil it? Or is it... He sounded as if the question was just... I don't know. I can't be specific because, again, I might talk about things that I misunderstood, and I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings or tread on anybody's toes. But the whole thing, for me, left a bit of a negative taste. A negative taste in my mouth, and I'm not sure if that's something good. And I wanted to hear. I talked about that in my Discord with other people. I kind of want to hear what your opinion is towards that. Did you watch the Q&A stream? And if you did, then what is your opinion on it? They basically said that the development now will go into a phase where they will not do updates every week anymore. They will concentrate on making the game playable as it is, and then consider new features. That sounds positive, but the feeling, the gist that I got from that was kind of negative, as if, yeah, we want to finish this whole thing to, yeah, get it out of the door, and then we don't want to deal with this anymore. That's the feeling that I got. Again, feeling is not fact. So I don't want to say that it is like that. That's just, I had a bit. I myself had a bit of a negative reaction, and I'm a lot on the subreddit of space engineers, and a lot of people had that too. I saw a video by Meow Captain. I assume because I will call Meow Captain a her or a she, just because she's using Meow Captain and a female avatar. So if that's not the case, then let me know if I'm wrong here. And yeah, she made a video about the whole thing and outright called Merrick sexist for not bringing in a female model. And I immediately have to state, the female model, I wouldn't call it a priority of mine. So I talked with, we talked for ages with Pampered Duchess about it. She really wants a female model, and that's all good. I can understand where they're coming from. So, but for me, survival stuff would be a bit of a priority first. So, hope I don't tread onto anybody's toes there. But made a video about it and called Keen Merrick outright sexist, and I'm not sure again, how they talked about this female model. I can understand where they're coming from. It sounded weird. If you want to see a lot of discussion about that, then go to the subreddit. There's a lot of stuff happening there, and leave your opinion in my comments. I kind of want to hear what you have to say about this whole thing. I might have to watch it again completely and not just rely on someone that put it together and did some because the girl that put the summary, I don't know, made it short and might have just put itself too much into it. So maybe I have to watch it again completely. Good, this thing works now. One thing that people told me is I maybe should put a landing gear on there. Ramethep on my Discord. By the way, the link to my Discord is in the description. So if you want to discuss there with me, then let me know. Told me that I maybe should put a landing gear on here, on a piston, to put out some legs that hold it when it goes up and I push it out. So that's not a bad idea. I could do that in the front, or I could do it in the back. So in the front, I think I will do it in the front to stabilize it. By the way, you will have to let me know if you hear my computer, because I'm running a new case, and I'm running a new overclocking software. I'm using MSI Afterburner now, and before I used the GPU tweak from ASUS. Asus, I read that the Asus program is not too good, and so I thought maybe I should try it with a different program, because I ran into the problem that I would like to overclock my graphics card a bit more, but the Asus program won't let me, and MSI Afterburner would let me, and people said MSI Afterburner is better anyways. So you will have to let me know, because I have the feeling it runs a bit cooler. So the fan profile seems to be better. Sorry that I'm jumping from thing to thing here. It sounds so weird, but I was really distraught by this whole Q&A thing, and I had the feeling that a lot of people reacted so negative to the whole thing. I had the feeling, and that's weird, that I lost viewership after the whole thing transpired. And let me say it that way. That would be a weird reaction if the people now would let me feel it, because I didn't do anything. Nah, I don't know. Maybe it could be some YouTube thing. So I'm not sure if that is the case. But I definitely. Okay, can I? That works out. Can I put a piston on there? I can, but I can only. Okay, then maybe that way. I don't see anything anymore. Then that's okay. No. Yeah, it was the whole thing was felt really weird to me. So I could put a piston here too. To make it even go out more. Maybe I should do that. Let me fix that here. So that is what I have right now, and I don't want to go with the landing gear. Landing gears are, in my opinion, a bit dangerous for that, because it could kind of break it apart when it holds too fast. Let us be careful and just go with some wheels. It looks a bit clunky. I know in the back I could go with a landing gear, lock it, and everything would be fine. Maybe I do that later. So this thing is, anyways, it's a bit of a project that I will need, but I have some other things in mind that I also want to do. So I'm changing projects over and over. So I have the rotors now set up so that they go out 45 degrees. And when they are out, I can push out this piston and then push out this piston. The whole thing then goes up a bit, but it should stay where it is now, hopefully. And now I'm able to just push out this thing and then work with it. Again, it looks a bit like a crane now, but this whole thing doesn't work as a crane. What it does is it extends the reach of the built-in repair system to up to a certain point. That's what I wanted to do. So yeah, and I think we did that. Now the question is, can I still drive this thing with ease and without crashing the whole front there into the ground and damaging the pistons and all that stuff? So I think I can release it now. Bring that in, and then I can drive away. It's a bit front heavy now. That needs to be changed. Ooh, yes, it works. That's neat. That's really, really neat. So now we can... How much can I see? Okay, that's okay. I can definitely live with that. I need a better parking space for these things. Driving it in here all the time, I'm not too sure about that. Don't hold me. Good, that works out. We can use this now to go mining, to build other bases here on the ground or in the let us say close by. That's better. It's not a scout ship, and that's the next thing. We should next. I have found so many cool things that I want to work with now. I found some new scripts. There are new scripts on the workshop that now make it possible to really have automated docking. I want to test them out, but they work in atmosphere, but I want to test them out in space. In space, the crash might not be so big. So, but we will do that in one of the next episodes. Another thing that I found I wanted to test earlier, but this thing, these small projects I really need to do and then bring them to an end, kind of. So I have these solar sails that I downloaded, and I need to take a look at the control stations. So give me these. These are nice, but I think they're... Oh no, they are for big blocks. It's looks like a solar panel. So we are in the... That's not what I wanted. There's another block by the guy that does the laser weapons. And cockpit blocks, flight seat, MA, flight LCD. How would that work? So there's an LCD. I can see that. But where would I put that to? That's the next thing. We need to test. The lasers got updated, and now they have these cool beam conduits. um, I need to let me figure this out. I want to see where this LCD goes. Basically, it's an LCD for flight seats. So for the normal seats. So you can basically equip a seat with a monitor. And the question is, how does that work? So, where would this thing go? Onto a normal control station? No. Ooh. Ooh. Do you know what this is? This is a compound block, people. Or the illusion, at least the illusion of a compound block. So the thing with it is now that you can now flight LCD. You can now look down and can get information if you want. I don't have anything that I could display right now, but it is basically a normal LCD on a flight seat. That's nice. That's really nice. I don't know what to show there, but for example, we could now show data from the modular LCD script, the LCD script where you could show power and speed and all that stuff. The only thing that might happen here, and can I go closer? No, I can't. Is that my legs now vanish into, no, it works. Nice. This is really cool. This is really neat. I need to test that more. We can use that on chips, and use them there to again display speeds, or if our that was loud. If our jump drives, for example, yeah, if the jump drives are loaded, that's a neat thing. Solar sail tall large. They don't put out too much energy, 58 kilowatts, although the sun is up there. That might be because it's not in full sun. What they are doing with this is having a block that you can put up to make sailboats or something like that in space, or there's even wood structure on the it's space. There were cool RPGs, tabletop RPGs, not computer. I think Spelljammer. That was about ships flying, sailboats flying in space, and Treasure Planet. I hope it's a Disney movie with a sailboat in space. It's basically, yeah, Treasure Island, the book Treasure Island, brought into a science fiction setting. And cool film, by the way. Take a look at that. And they had something similar to this. This is neat. I will keep it just to, don't know. Maybe we will do something with that later. If we can. we could use it. We could use it for the ice sailor. But I like my sail more. That's so weird. That's what I wanted to test out today. But I first wanted to not finish this thing, but wanted to work more on it. Again, we can bring this out now to the dig site, for example, and work by hand. That's also need to maybe grab some more ice in the area. I don't want to dig the ice right here. That's why I have made this thing here. I need to put in a door. I wanted to dig under the ice here and then grab some more ice from here. But now that we don't have or use another ship that uses a lot of ice here, we might just not want to do that. But we could use this to drive a bit farther away, grab ice from there, dig it up somewhere there. I don't know if there's another lake in the area, but that's where this thing comes in. This thing will be worked on next, I say, and then we go back into space and work a bit with the docking scripts. Again, docking scripts was a thing I always wanted to have, something that brings in a ship so I don't have to do it. And we could use it for drones, for example. I'm still thinking about if we could find a way to maybe have maybe could use a drone from the station in space that goes out to planetoids, asteroids, and then we could mine with it. The problem that I always have with these is the visibility. So, but making at least the docking not so complicated could be a good thing. So, people, sorry for the bit uneventful episode. Again, I'm coming out of a sickness again. I had this problem with the Q&A stream. For some reason it bumped me out. Let me hear what your opinion is on that. And still wanted to fix this, take a look at these blocks. Yeah, and the next things are the scout car that needs a bit more work, and then we go back into space, I say. I need a bit of low gravity around me for a while, and I kind of have the idea to build something Empress-like again. Maybe that's a thing we could look into too. Okay, people, thanks for watching. I hope you liked the episode, although it was a bit more on the talky side, and I hope you leave a like on it if you did, and then I hope to see you in the next episode. See ya, guys.